And a good morning to you too, and welcome in for another video on myself, Darren, a HGV driver here in the UK. Now, today is going to be a little bit similar to Monday's video, well, Tuesday's video, because I've done it on Monday, but released on Tuesday, if that makes sense. Either way, I think it was Monday that I went down. But, however, on Monday, we had a breakdown going down, and we hit loads of traffic. Hopefully that's not going to be the case today, because it is a 4 o'clock in the morning start. The trailer is loaded already, so we don't need to mess about with doing the straps or anything. All I'm going to do is undo this side, double check, make sure everything is actually nice and secure before leaving. Do the vehicle checks, do the trailer checks, and then off we go, straight down the M6, down the M5. With all these containers already secured with ratchet straps, because these need to be ratchet strapped down. You need to make sure this type of product is always ratchet strapped. They weigh about a ton, and as you can see on little metal legs, you don't want them sliding around coming out, because they will do. So always make sure they're nice and secure. So that saved me a good 40 minutes because I don't have to strap them up myself, and they're all nice and tight. Since I've got a long drive ahead of me this morning, I might as well give this a nice little plugged in and give it a nice little charge. So then I've got plenty of power for when I come to need it next time. Just in case you're wondering whereabouts Trowbridge is, well, we're up here near Liverpool, Manchester, straight down the M6, Birmingham, carrying on fine, past Bristol, and then we've got Trowbridge over there. So quite a bit of distance for us to cover today. Just approaching 6 o'clock, so I thought, why not pop into Hilton Park, get some fuel so I don't have to mess about for the rest of the day. So it's worth keeping a little glove in the side box, because these handles are sometimes either covered in grease and covered in diesel, so protect yourself, always wear a pair of gloves. All fueled up, so let's continue our little journey down south. I do apologise if it's a little bit dark. There's not much street lighting around here. I've just departed Hilton Park Services, and the time is just coming up to 6:15. So all in all, quick little toilet break, fuel up, about 20 minutes that's taken. I've still got 115 miles left to go, and according to the sat-nav, I'm due to get there for 10 to 9. Now it's a 10 o'clock booking, so we're making pretty good progress. Rather be there early instead of late like last time due to the traffic. And you'll probably be able to see the difference as well from when you come to this location before and after 6 o'clock. 6:15 should still be okay. Ideally you ought to be at least 10 to 6 driving down this little bit. Anything after 6:30, well, you're going to be queuing. That's guaranteed. Got 50 miles per hour on the matrix signs up above. And 6 miles until come off for the M5. Okay, we've got a little bit of traffic then. Time is currently 6:20 now. Try and move over. I need to be ideally in the in lane 2 to get onto the M5, so I'm trying to get in here nice and early. Thanks very much, bud. Quick flash of the hazard lights behind. I don't want to get into lane 1 because all the traffic from this junction is merging on to the motorway, so I'm going to leave at 3 so more cars can filter on nice and easy. And then this lane I'm in now will eventually be the lane that I need to get onto the M5. So I've got 2.5 miles left to go before I'm on the M5. Quick spray and a wipe. You got to keep these mirrors nice and clean. Now I'm running quite far ahead actually. I'm due to get there for 9 o'clock, so I'm about an hour ahead. So I'm just stopping off at Michael Wood Services just so I can clean the mirrors, get all them sorted, because I need to keep these nice and clean. But also, I need to grab a pint of milk, so I've got coffee. Otherwise, it's going to cost me a small fortune, and that is much better now. I can actually see out of these mirrors. Quick little 15-minute break done. So I just need to take 30 minutes later on, most likely after the collection. And I've still got 36 miles to go before we're at the destination, and 1 hour driving to get there. I've got 1 hour and 30 left for the driving time, so I don't need to worry about the brake situation at the moment. And I know there's a couple of lay-bys that I can pull into on the way back from the clients, so pull over and take a break for them. And also I've got a nice little coffee for the road. I always keep with me a jar of Kenko and some sugar, etc., but I ran out of milk, so I just had to get some milk then. But £1.65 for a pint. One of them little blue top milks. They get a bit expensive, don't they, some of these service stations though. I was at one the other day, believe it or not, for a pack of Doritos, one of the big bags. You could probably pick them up for £1.20 or something like that. £1.20 in Asda, maybe £1.80 at a push. And they're selling for nearly a fiver. It was like £4.80 for a bag of crisps. It was like, you kidding me? A pack of Haribo was like £3.20. I was like, you're just taking a mick at the moment here. Just robbing people with some of these prices, don't they? Traffic on the way down, it's been really nice so far. I don't really want to jinx it because I've still got 35 miles to go. But as soon as I come off the M4 for the A46, I think it is off the top of my head, it's always nice and free flowing going down the little country roads. So I do a little bit of recording driving down there. And I do like driving down this way, to be honest. It's a nice little drive, isn't it? Once you get past Birmingham, with all the traffic, and then the roadworks on the M5 as well. Once you get past all that section, normally free flowing, 56 miles per hour, cruise control all the way down. Obviously, unless there's been an accident or anything. But if you don't have any accidents, it's alright. Pretty heavy fog again now. Had a little bit this morning, for around 6 o'clock mark. Quite heavy fog around Stoke. Started to clear up a little bit. Now it's just starting to come back a little bit more. Approximately 7 miles from where I am now, we're jumping onto the M4, heading towards London, and then I come off probably about 3 junctions in, and let's follow the A roads then all the way down. It's a nice and easy little route. It just takes a long time to get there really. Even without traffic, you're looking about 4 hours, maybe 4 hours and 15 minutes driving. Exiting the M4 now for the M46, and my word, the fog, it's just gone really, really thick. So driving through these country roads shortly, if it's like this, it might not be too fun. Hopefully it will clear up a little bit, because for the country roads where I'm going, they are quite narrow and bendy lanes. However, it's quite high up at the same time, so hopefully it might be okay. Currently doing 36 miles per hour. Yep, that is right, 36 miles per hour. Really heavy load on. If it's about 25, 26 ton. might be some traffic lights up here, but you can't really see anything. I really think it's getting worse the higher I'm going. That is actually really thick fog, isn't it? Believe it or not, you still get people driving without the lights on or anything. I think the fog is getting a little bit worse as I'm travelling down the A46 at the moment. I'm just got to be careful with the speed. I don't want to be travelling too quick and get caught out on one of the turns. I think this is probably one of the worst fogs that I've actually drove through. I don't know if the camera's picking up the fog. Sometimes the cameras can actually see through the fog better than what you can with your eyes. Especially when I do the editing, I'm talking about, oh, it's really thick fog this, and you're watching it back, you're like, there's nothing there. Believe me, honestly, it is pretty thick. $14 miles to go. Should be there in about half hour. So eerie fog though, isn't it? Especially when you're looking into the woods, what are on either side of me. It just looks like something from a horror film. Just like that, the car has disappeared that was in front. A little bit further down now. On a good note, at least it's not raining, and at least it's not got heavy winds, so it could be worse. I just can't see. There's no chance that I'm doing 56 miles per hour down here. I don't even trust myself doing over 40. This is where you need to concentrate really hard as well. Because I'm on a little bit of a hill, if I look to the right, I can't see anything. plenty of distance from the vehicle in front as well. Oh my word, it's getting thicker further up I go. So watch this car now in front just disappear. 6 miles away from Bath. I've still never actually visited Bath properly. Does anybody know what it's like for, say, a long weekend or anything? Is it worth a visit? Because it does seem quite a nice little area. Sorry, by the way, if I'm going a little bit radio silence, it's just 'cause I'm just concentrating on the road up ahead. Really thick. I feel like it's going to get worse actually as I go on. How much different these roads look compared to when I came up here on Monday. Monday it was dead sunny, really nice. Now I can't see 200 yards in front. Just letting the engine do the braking as we travel down this pretty steep hill. Because I've got a heavy load on, I've just got to keep testing the brakes to make sure they work. So I'll brake fairly hard, go down to about 46 or so, and then come off the accelerator, let the engine do the work, trying to slow it all down. So then that way I don't burn out the brakes on either the trailer or the truck itself. And you do have a soft escape verge here on the left hand side. If you wonder what they are, it is pretty much if you lose control of the vehicle because the brakes are not working, what you want to do is crash pretty much right into there, and it's like sand as such on the floor, and it helps slow you down. Feels a little bit heavier than an 8-degree decline here. The MAN trucks, real nice to drive, good turning circle, good on fuel, but my word, they need more power. If you're carrying like say 10 or 12 ton, they're normally alright, but if you got 20 plus, like I have at the moment, it kind of struggles going up the hills. It just lacks that little bit of power. So if you ever do, say, palletized work, yeah, they're perfectly fine. But if you're looking at doing low loader with really heavy equipment, I wouldn't recommend the MENs. Struggling then, 18 miles per hour to try and get up that little bit of a hill. I don't know what that rattling is. Someone keeps rattling inside. I think it's something inside one of my drawers. Try and find it and move it around a little later on. Hopefully the camera's not picking it up. That noise. Some windy roads. Come on, 20 miles per hour, let's go. I've got a massive queue behind me. Luckily it should start picking up shortly. If it doesn't, I'm just going to have to pull over in a lay-by or something, let all the traffic past. Just banging on the bed, making sure it's not like rattling around. Go back to 40, doing good. And then it's pretty much downhill after here. Well, that's not ideal. I can't help it, the bin men after all. Not great corners around here. If you get a car speeding, which you do from time to time, unfortunately. Just a mile and a quarter away now. Just for the next 5 minutes. We've got 42 minutes left on the driving time, and the ETA is going to be 10 past 9, so we're 50 minutes early. Hopefully it'll be a quick unload, load back up, and then repeat the journey back. Taking it nice and slow around these corners. I've got a really tight turn coming up as well in a minute. Hopefully it's going to be nice and clear, because ideally it needs to get a little bit of a swing. You might be able to hear some of the branches, all the small branches, just brushing against the side mirror. That's all clear. Good, good. straighten the canopy. My word, all you can smell is the brakes from going down all the steep hills on the way in. Still got a little bit of creaking when reversing as well. I was hoping the grease on the fifth wheel would have sorted that out. Is that right there, mate? Yeah. Perfect. And give that a little pop. Pull the top bit. And then that should nicely just slide off. And of course, got to have the hard hat on for safety. Got a quick pull. Yeah. First time, honestly. First attempt. Call it straight away. And I use my little winder. As you can see, this just makes the job a lot easier. So if you've got 12 of these straps and you try and do it by hand, it can take a little bit of a while. See if we can catch 2 out of 2. I'll pull it down. Hey! Always make like a little game out of it. Gotta keep yourself entertained, haven't you? Now this really does look like something out of a horror film, doesn't it? Just got steam coming out all over the place. Thick fog around as well. In goes the hard hat till next time. And 44 pallets loaded. Well, containers really, aren't they? But either way, 180 miles now back to the yard over in Warrington. And the time is currently 11:15. And I still need to take a 30-minute break. So I'm looking at least probably 1:15, maybe 3:30, getting back with traffic including, getting past Birmingham, because it's going to be rush hour around that area about 12 o'clock, 12:15. I think I'll reach that area. But without jinxing it, overall, it's been quite a good day, hasn't it? Thank you very much. It's actually part of the River Avon that this bridge goes over. Looks very high as well, actually. But they had a little bit of problems last week, or the week before, when we had all the snow and the rain come down. It's a lot better now driving down these roads. The fog has gone. I can actually see where I'm going now. Saying that, don't really want to speak too soon, do I? Because I've still got 180 miles left to go. Anything can happen. Especially the next 10 miles until I get to the M4. There's a lay-by up here as well. I'm going to pull over shortly. I'll take my break. And then I'll have a fresh 4.5 hours drive to get back. Quite a steep drop to the left. Slow it right down around these blind corners. Oh, look at that, I can actually see the grass on the field there. Still see a little bit of mist in the distance to the left, more on top of the hills. Making way up the M5 at the moment. The time is currently 1:45 and the sun has come out and it's really nice at the moment, nice and warm. So that makes a good change. Hopefully for the weekend it's going to be really nice weather. I've not really got anything planned other than cleaning out the shed and sorting the caravan out as well. Try and get that ready for springtime so I can go on 1 or 2 little holidays away. We'll start planning, doing a little bit of long weekends in the caravan. Can't wait for it. So roll on, springtime. Traffic overall has been really well today. And I've spoke to the office regarding the creaking noise again, where the 5th wheel is. Because I greased it up yesterday, I'm not 100% sure whether it is due to lack of grease that was making that noise. So I'm going to get it dropped off after I get back to Warrington at the garage, so they can have it for tomorrow to have a good look at it, take it all apart, making sure there's no issues with it. So that's good, at least it's been taken serious. Because I've worked at places in the past where you say to them, yeah, I can hear this like knocking noise, or sensors are coming up on the trucks, and they're like, yeah, just carry on driving, you'll be fine. Yeah, it doesn't really work like that if you get pulled by Volsa. So yeah, you need to make sure any little defects, if you think it's not roadworthy or there's any dangers, just get it taken off the road, try your hardest. Don't leave the yard if you got amber lights all over your truck. Fair enough, it's the night heater, you can cope with that, or a light bulb out on the internal part of the cab. But if you leave the yard with faulty lights or brakes and then something happens, it'll be on your head, so it's not worth it. Make sure your truck is fully roadworthy before leaving the yard. You can't go out and then come back and it'll be fine. It doesn't work like that. So always cover yourself. I may have possibly jinxed myself by saying the traffic was really good. Maybe should have got past Birmingham before mentioning anything about traffic. Ah well, here's what it is, no point stressing. On the matrix signs it's currently saying 40 miles per hour. I can see a lot of brake lights up ahead as well. Still got 103 miles left before I'm back at the yard. Let's move over to the left. And I'm just entering the roadworks section on the M5 northbound. Oh, that lane closes down, so let's move back over. As long as it stays moving, we should be okay still. Fog's made an appearance again as well. And I think it's approximately 25 miles before we reach the M6. Oh, it seems there's an accident on the other side and everybody's just slowing down, doing a bit of rubbernecking. Come on guys. Looks to be a horse box van. Somehow gone into central reservation barrier. Hopefully the horses are alright. That can't be good for them, can it? Looks like it might have happened quite a while back. Couldn't see an ambulance on scene and the driver wasn't there. get our foot down. I can only do 50 actually. Right, 50 miles an hour, cruise control. Let's go. Still got 100 miles left to go. ETA currently 3:30. A little bit further up the road now. Still on the M5, but just about to meet the M6. I've got 77 miles left until we're back at the yard, and it's currently 5 to 2. I've got 2 hours and 40 minutes driving on a taco, and to get back to the yard I'm looking at just over an hour and a half. That's with no traffic though. Might be a little bit longer at this rate though, looking in front. Looking at the sky compared to this morning, it really has took a nice little turn. If you've got any questions about the vlog, let me know down below in comments. Now, if you've got any questions about HGV driving in general, I'll try my best to answer, but if I can't answer it, I'm sure one of our fantastic subscribers will be able to help. Between us all, there's a lot of experience. And don't worry, there's no such thing as a silly question. Alright, start to move a little bit more again. Not too sure what's causing that delay. Possible vehicle breakdown, they had to move it over onto the hard shoulder. Probably make a little bit of sense. I don't think it was an accident anyhow. Gotten past Stoke, I think Stafford as well I've gone past, and I've got 27 miles to go before I'm back at the yard. Weather's still staying nice, which is good, and the road conditions are really nice, so that is even better. Just keeping an eye on this car here, what's getting in the lane. Really don't like these smart motorways, being honest with you. I like having 4 lanes because I think it's great, just helps relieve traffic so much more. But however, you need a hard shoulder, don't you? Or at least these SOS points to be a little bit more closer. Went past the car earlier on, it was in the first lane and literally nearly touching the barrier to the left, so it was half in a live lane and half not. Really dangerous, an accident waiting to happen. What makes it worse as well, when you're driving around this section of the motorway and there's no street lights, so you can't see anything which is too far in front. So if there's a vehicle breakdown and they've got the lights off, they don't have hazard lights on or anything, you're not going to see it until it's too late. And that actually happened once to one of the drivers when I used to work at Hermes. He was on nights, and I watched the dash cam footage back. It was quite scary, to be honest with you, and he was very lucky just to miss it. So he's driving down the motorway in the first lane, as you do, because it's quiet. Driving down a section of the motorway with no lighting, a little bit like here, and then he's looked down to change the radio station, or turn it down or turn it up, and he's looked up and this car had no hazard lights on. It was black and it was lights switched off on it as well, and he literally looked up and it was probably 15 feet in front of him, if that. Managed to swerve into the second lane, just missed it. Luckily there was nothing in the second lane. You do hear some really bad stuff as well. I know when you're driving, you speak to other drivers of like their colleagues have been in accidents. So you've always got to try and keep yourself as much safety as you can, really. You just got to work safely as you can. Just arriving out of St Helens, 4:15. Keys have now been dropped off, so they can do some repairs tomorrow, but at least have a look at it, see if there's any need to be repaired. And there's today's Uber. Cheers, Paul. Time has just hit 4:45, and that is me finished for the day. So I'm not complaining like that because I'm home for about 5:30, which in my books is winning. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit different. Tomorrow, because my truck is off the road, I'm going to be doing multi-drop class 2 deliveries around, I think it's going to be like Runcorn, St Helens area maybe. I'll find out tomorrow which area I'm going to be covering, but it's going to be something a little bit different. So if you're interested in seeing what a class 2 multi-drop is like, then stay tuned for tomorrow's video. And on that note, I am going to call it a day. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. As always, stay safe out there, folks. Bye for now.